Hello and welcome back to Art of Rally. If this is your first time on the channel, welcome. This is my first post-commentary kind of thing, and I think it's in a good order. For this one, for our sixth one, I believe, we head to Indonesia in the Group B Renault 5 alike. And this one turned out to be a bit of a cursed run. While Indonesia is usually okay, I hadn't driven this car before, and it turned out to be quite a handful. My handling style is a bit more on the aggressive side, and how tiny, well, you see, we have our first skill issue immediately, and this sort of set the tone for this week. Still can't get it back on track. It's quite a short car, narrow wheelbase, and it proved to be quite lively, much like the Group 3 Lancia Stratos alike. As much as I love Lancias, my beloved, I just couldn't handle with it. The way I drive these kinds of games with the controller, it tends to be quite aggressive, quite a throw-in kind of style, so naturally I drift towards more balanced kind of cars, or perhaps even leaning towards understeer. Entirely down to just how I manhandle the, at this point, kind of dying controller, but it only seems to happen while I'm playing Forza. Weird. But yeah, anyway, we are, at this point I'm sort of, I have no confidence in this car, so I'm just kind of trying to tiptoe around, but still kind of trying to push to at least figure out if I can manage the limits. The start of this first course was quite bad, and in fact the end of it is also quite bad. But of course I'm still pushing, still trying to do the best I can with my limited ability. It's usually not this bad with less twitchy cars, like with the 205 alike in Group B as well, which tends to be my best car. But anyway, first stage done, 2 minutes and 6, and we are 37th, much to my own surprise. I expected to be absolutely nowhere. Like, I'm recording this on a Saturday, there's not much time left, so all the best drivers should already have had their run. And to be 37th with this kind of a run. So my thinking there was that perhaps it might not be all just me, and this truly seems to be a difficult car to drive, because I think 37th was actually the lowest position I had, and at 5%. But here we are, stage 2, pushing a little bit more, or at least trying to. Sort of getting to grips with it. Obviously more confidence in higher speed sections where I can just throw in, but slower ones, still not quite there yet. A bit too lively for my liking. This is obviously not the car's fault, this is entirely mine, my own major skill issue. Just a little bit of a lot. And the way I just like to drive, still kind of wrestling it is, it's quite fun, even if it's a bit clumsy at times, at many times. And the crests and dips often feature here are not my strong suit, even in the best of times. And normally all 5 of these previous ones were non-commentary, but with the previous 5, with this week being all commentary, I thought, well, why not try something different for this one? And I think this is a good a good one to start off with, because while I have made plenty of mistakes in my previous weekly rallies, the amount of them was unprecedented here. Stage 2 done. We are... well, we've gained places. We had another terrible run, we've gained places. We are 30th. Although we're 10%, so I don't know what happened there. But this is stage 3. This is sort of the time where I start to get a vibe for it, get a better feel for the car. So I start to push more, push harder, be more daring, be more brave. And well, let's just see how long it takes for that bravery, that daringness, comes back to bite me in the ass. Immediately. Immediately we... I couldn't even keep it straight there. It's so flustered that having as many troubles keeping the car straight as I do myself. And of course, clank on the house as well, into the hay bales, and at this point I'm thinking, do I need one? Do I need to release every week? Oh yes, I do. If I had to watch this, if I have to put other viewers through this suffering, then I will have to do it to myself as well. Didn't fall off the track here, as is the case at some times. By now, my confidence is mostly gone, so I'll have to build it back up again. It's a bit quicker this time, but still very cautious, very untrusting. Perhaps you could say that even I have the confidence, but I do not have the trust. Which kind of eventually leads up to being pretty much the same thing, since I did not have the confidence to push, or I did not trust to push. What's the difference? Nearly going off there, just about managing to hold it on track for once, in a bit of a hairy moment for me. And this is sort of a dip into an uphill bit, and a turn is pretty much the worst thing that can happen to me in this game. Yeah, here I just don't even bother. But yeah, dips and crests, kind of definitely a weak point for my driving styles. Perhaps where I do lose a bit more time than I normally do in my imperfect lines. But stage 3 is nearly done. We haven't made too many errors, too many major skill issues at the end. Only minor ones. And that is third. 3 minutes and 26.1. And here we climb to 20th. Again, horrible run, plenty of mistakes, but somehow we still are doing well. We're still getting positions 20th. So to me that speaks that this truly is a shocking car to drive. And for once, it isn't just me. I mean, it's still mostly me, but not entirely. The other guess that I could have is maybe others aren't pushing too hard for the same reasons that I've displayed. So the end result is that I kind of end up being where I usually am. But even still, I do believe this is one of my better... Okay, in terms of run quality, this is shocking. This is terrible. But in terms of placement on the leaderboard, well, if everyone sucks, we're kind of back at square one. Yeah. So for the final stage, we've gone to Semanka Bay. A lot of hairpins early on, or late on if you do. Okay, just one more spin for good measure. Plenty of hairpins here to throw around, and if you're not very good at judging how much to throw a car like this, it's a recipe for disaster. But for the most part, okay, perhaps it wasn't the best hairpin, perhaps long hairpin in this case, but it still felt good, that one. Much better than a lot of the other ones. 2/3 done with the final stage of this week. It's a bit squirrely. And just one more big braking zone here, and we are closing up to the extra aisle. However, here I am nearly crap myself trying to frantically avoid a 5-second penalty for going a bit too far off track. And we push, well, try to, for the final run across the bridge towards the final hairpin. And you know what, we've had a shocking run. For good measure, let's mess it up one more time with a slightly too spirited throw in to finish just below 2 minutes and 50 seconds. Far from my best, and this is, for once we've lost places. We've dropped down 9 to 29th. Yeah, I end up surprising myself quite a lot. The fact that I just stare at the leaderboards for quite a bit longer. See, 1 minute and 39.8 behind, and when I scroll to the top 10, you can see that the 10th is over a minute and 6 seconds behind already. There's quite a lot of spread, so it truly does tell me that this car is just inconsistent. Perhaps it might have the pace, but it is difficult to drive. But yeah, that was this week's Art of Rally. Hope you enjoyed it. If you did, leave a like, a comment, subscribe. Thank you so much for sticking with me this far, and I will see you next time. Goodbye.